Welcome back to another video after a very long time out of the recent performance in the crypto market. I think it is really important that we have a talk. This video might get a little bit longer, so take some snacks and let's get right into it. I want to take an overall look on the market, what has changed and how our thinking now has to change dependent on the new circumstances that arose. Because over the past months we had this downtrend. I personally was aware of the downtrend somewhere right here in November of last year, so almost a year ago. And I made it pretty clear that we need new lows all the time. I was pretty clear that we need new lows here. I was pretty clear that we need new lows here. The first time where a bottom was possible was right here, where I also placed the orange medium risk buy zone and the red high risk buy zone. I personally used the high risk buy zone right here at 58.6k. We can see that the performance of the last bear market was pretty neat. I had these bullish alternative zones that also worked out quite well, apart from that one where it just fell through. And the most probable reversal area also was of high significance all the way. Sadly, our last high risk buy zone was not met, but that's okay. Because as I said, it's better if there's a chance that the bottom is in, but you believe that the highest likelihood is that a new low is needed, that you start buying, because it's better to hold your position in the red for a little bit than to not buy and something like this happens and now you're just on the sidelines. To get an idea where Bitcoin is headed, I posted this chart today on my X already. That's my main expectation now. I do think that Bitcoin has bottomed in this correction. I think it's the highest likelihood. I don't think that we have 100% confirmation yet. I think the confirmation will come when we arrive at this one. Right now it seems like we have a 1-2, we are in a third wave, we need a fourth and then we need another fifth. If that arrives, then I think we have 100% confirmation. Right now I am about 75 to 80% sure that the bottom is in. If the bottom is in, there are a couple different scenarios. I think this is the most likely one, where we need this one, then we get a 2. In what case this 2 might be a good way to enter the market again, if you haven't or if you want to accumulate more. And then we should get a really explosive third wave, and then another 4, and then a 5, and then reach at least 210,000 US dollars, maybe potentially even more. That's a conservative target. If we go higher, we might look at the 2.618, which is at 300,000. That is a very realistic target as well, but I like to hold it conservative for now at 210,000 minimum. Here you can see already I marked a potential alternative scenario. Let's take a look at that. This chart has been on my X as well for some time. I posted it a couple of times. The option A was always my main scenario, and there are these two other options. In option C we have either the one top over here, and then we have an A, B, C, or we might have this as a W and then X and then a Y, where the Y is in the case if we have WXY like this, it would be a really complex correction where Y can be like a triangle or something really strange. That's one option. The second option is this B with an expanded flat, where we have here an A, then a B, and then a C. All these are possible. Right now I still think most likely is option A, but we can't really rule out these two options. Depending on how structure unfolds, we can say if they are less likely or more likely, but for the moment we have to be aware that all of these three are possible. Way yesterday I already published a written article on my X, which is like a weekly summary. I think the one I posted yesterday is the most important one I posted so far. So if you prefer additional info, or if you think that it's better to have it written down, you can check out the article. I linked it below. One very interesting thing that I found was that the CMC 20 index looks better than other indexes. So the CMC 20 index is the 20 biggest coins without stable coins. I think it has a pretty clear structure right here, where Bitcoin is somewhat shaky. It's not like super impulsive. Bitcoin is more like this. Yeah, and it went up percentage-wise more than the total market cap, more than Total 2, Total 3, and others. So right now, to me, it appears that the bigger coins are the strongest ones, those that have the highest likelihood to have bottomed. Because the bottom line is that we don't know if everything bottomed. Right now, if I look on the internet, it seems like everybody's banking on that all the coins bottomed, nothing will go down again. I do think that's highly dangerous and extremely scary. I do think that a lot of things have bottomed. I do think that Bitcoin has bottomed. I do think that Ethereum has bottomed. I do think that the 20 biggest coins right here, they have bottomed, but I don't think the market as a whole has bottomed. I do think that a lot of coins will make new lows, and I do think that people will be surprised at how many coins will make new lows. I think there are two scenarios that are quite dangerous here, where people say that everything has bottomed, or maybe if they don't say it explicitly, it's like if we read between the lines, people generally assume, or the majority of people generally assume, that everything has bottomed. So the first thing where that is dangerous is that a lot of coins will make new lows. I don't know which at the moment. It's really hard to say. I think we have to wait a couple of days. But I think there are some candidates who have a really high likelihood of making another low. One of which I think is here, Solana. I do not think that this was the bottom. There is a chance that it was the bottom because it nicely tapped my high risk buy zone. So I'm very well in profit right here with this tap. However, this was only 3 waves down. I thought that we might get another 4 and 5, then it would have been a clean bottom. Right now, this is really unclean. And still, this fourth wave has a really big target area. So if Solana keeps pumping all the way to $150 or more, it's still very possible that we have a 4th wave and that another low might follow. But now people, if it continues to pump, they might buy and more, might buy more and more and more, and then see all their investment go down 50% or more. Because if the assets go down, it's really likely that those that make a new low go 20 or maybe 30% or even more below the last low. So you have to be aware of that, and you have to be really, really careful what you buy now. Don't buy just anything. Okay, and another coin where I think that the likelihood of a new low is high is Casper, for example. It barely made a lower low below this, and this structure looks incomplete to me as well. There is a chance that it bottomed. We might have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 if we get another pump and then a nice correction. Then we might, or I might enter here. But if we don't get that clean 5-wave structure and then a clean correction, I think the likelihood is here that we also go lower. If we go lower, this coin might even go potentially like 40% below its last low. The second dangerous scenario that you have to be aware of is that a coin might not make new highs. Even if it pumps, even if it continues pumping, even if it does not make new lows below its last low, you have to be really, really aware how high its potential is. There are many coins that are super, super far down that made new all-time lows, like Polkadot, for example. It's below its all-time, its initial price. And it's extremely far down. Like from its top, it's down almost 99%. Those are scenarios where it's really likely that we have either one of those two scenarios. Either it just gets in this area between the 78.6 and the 88.7, like we saw here twice already, where it pumped and got rejected, pumped, got rejected, and made new lows. So you have to be aware of that. Or that this was a corrective rise and that it's now in a downtrend, in a big downtrend, so that we don't get a new wave up. We get a corrective, or not an impulsive wave up, we get a corrective wave up, which then reverses down and makes new lows. In that case, it still would be from current prices tremendous returns. Like even the 88.7 would be almost 600%. The 78.6 right here would be 1,200, and all the way to here would be 4,600. But the risk that there is people bought here, or they bought somewhere in this phase, or maybe they even bought here, and it pumps, and they think it keeps pumping, and then at some point it reverses and they don't sell and they round trip their back all the way to zero. One example that's just really out there, everybody should know about it, is XRP. Most people say, okay, it made like this lower high here just because of the lawsuit with the SEC and stuff like that. I don't think like that. I do think that if an asset falls really strongly, if an asset is like here, XRP, down 96%, almost 97%, the likelihood is really high that it does not make a new high, that it makes a lower high and reverses down. Just because the lower an asset falls, the more money is needed down here to push price higher. In the case of XRP, it just was a time delay, that if you bought here and then did not sell here because you thought it keeps pumping, but it went into another bear market, it was just that you needed to hold on for a very long period of time, and then you got new highs eventually. But for assets like Polkadot, like I showed, and many others, I do think there's a high chance that we are somewhere right here currently. It pumps, it won't make new highs, people won't sell, and then it will make new lows again, and not like XRP make new highs. Yeah, so those are the two really scary scenarios that you have to be aware of and not be too bullish right now. So if we just stay on the topic of XRP, I just want to point out a couple of coins that I analyze regularly. XRP I posted shortly before the bottom. I had this point here where I say bottom is most likely in, which it broke. So XRP is a coin where I think the bottom is most likely in. It broke its previous high, it has impulsive structure, it hit my buy zone, and it has a really strong candle with 52%, especially if it closes like this the week. If it closes the week above the bottom is most likely in, the chance is even higher. Right now, if it gets rejected like this, maybe there's still a chance that it makes new lows. Ethereum I already mentioned. I also think that it bottomed, same as Bitcoin. Also, it's like at this break of downtrend point here. Right now getting rejected. If the week closes above would be super perfect. If not, there's still a slight chance that there will be new lows. But I think that Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, those are the coins that most likely bottomed, in line with what I showed at the beginning with the CMC20 index where these coins are in. If Ethereum has bottomed, there's already a most probable target area between 9.2 and 11k. So another coin that I like really much is HBAR. However, here we see another risk where this is really impulsive. It looks really good. It's a strong pump. It's exactly what we were hoping for. It came out of the high risk target area. However, it gets rejected at this box right here. It's very far down below its last high, and volume is lower than during that last pump. All those are warning signs where if you bought down here, okay, I personally wouldn't sell because that's good to just hold it, even if it makes new lows. It's not too bad, but those are points where I personally say be very careful with where you place your buys now, because such situations, if you buy here, you really quickly are 50% in the loss. Yeah, that last part essentially is the bottom line of this entire video and this entire phase. All these target areas were announced months in advance. There was a lot of time to set up buys here. They came really quickly also with SUI here, SUI. It just dipped and reacted really bullishly. But yeah, so you should be invested now. If you are not, buying here might be dangerous, because 50% from here can come really fast. Maybe on SUI 50 would be probably that it goes to 0, but 30% is not too unlikely. Because also pump was good, but volume was not super high compared to previous volume over here. And it's really far from its break of downtrend. If we get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and break the downtrend and then get a correction, then there would be a really safe point to buy, because then it's really unlikely that it goes below this low ever again. To finish this video off, I want to turn back to Bitcoin again. Bitcoin most likely, I think, has a 1-2-1-2, and I think this orange 3 isn't even in yet. I think this correction right here is an internal fourth wave. So we should get another pump, a third, a 3, then a 4-5, 4-5, and then I think a bottom should be confirmed, with a bigger correction to follow, which would be a good entry point. If we compare that to the last bear market, that would be somewhere here. This point right here also, I think, was a 5-rev impulse, and then it dipped down exactly between the 50 and 78.6, that target area that we always set for second waves. And you could have placed a limit order here and would have been in profit really nicely, and would have bought yeah, at 20k. So I do think that right now Bitcoin is probably here. We had the 1-2, we have the 1-2, and then we have a 3, an internal 4, and a 5 to follow, and then another 4, and then another 5, and then a bigger correction. That's where I think Bitcoin most likely is, right here. So what does that means for the next couple of days is we need especially a lot of volume. If volume drops off really strongly and we go back to low volume again, then I think the market is in danger, because this pump was ignited on really low volume driven by derivatives. And if spot volume now does not come in and hold the market high, then there's a big risk of long liquidations, which can go all the way down to 60k really fast. But right now this is looking good. What I'm looking for now is exactly what Bitcoin is doing, which is more a correction, which is more sideways than down, making it that the coin establishes itself at a higher level before pumping higher. If now a coin that you're looking at has a strong reaction and corrects really far, maybe more than, let's say, 50% of the previous move, that's a point where I would say, maybe that coin has not bottomed, and those coins that are more stable and hold along the 23.6 or the 38.2, those coins might probably make new highs and have bottomed, whereas the other ones that have like sharper corrections, they have a higher chance of not having bottomed out. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have now a better understanding of where we are in the market and what we have to be aware of and where the risks lie. If I served you well during this bear market with my predictions, with my posts on X, with my buy zones like here on Bitcoin, that worked really well, then I'm really glad, and it was an honor to serve you. And if I missed any detail, or if there was any detail that wasn't explained good enough, feel free to ask for feedback. Good luck in the crypto market.